Hey guys, Crew Blonde Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Aaron.
And we're watching Star Wars Rebels. Last time on Rebels was Saw Gerrera and Geonosian.
Click clack.
Geonosian. Click clack. What else we have?
Juno.
Juno. Yeah, Juno Eclipse. Juno.
They didn't get the proof they needed to prove to the Senate about the Empire's
Yeah.
wrongdoings, but no one died, and they saved the. They figured out what happened before, kind
Yeah.
of.
And they saved Saw.
They know where the Geonosians went.
I mean, Click clack killed all of his team pretty much, right?
Yeah,
I guess the
battle
droids,
droids, I guess,
did.
yeah.
It was a good scene. I really enjoyed it. I wonder if we'll be seeing him more or if it's kind of like it.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's watch the next one, though. I don't know what it's about at all. Button! This is the Rebel base, right?
Is that a droid?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like the original C-3PO.
That's some Ralph McCory.
Yeah, like
art.
the old 3PO art.
Possible target acquired. Proceeding to investigate.
This is from an Imperial ship.
Yeah, is this like what they did in Empire? Where they sent probe droids out?
Encountering hostiles. Cannot give away position.
Oh, you got eat.
Hobby Wedge, let's go. Move it. We're behind schedule, Phoenix
Hobby
Squadron.
Wedge.
I want these fighters launched and at the training coordinates by 062.
Don't understand why I can't come along.
Zeb, you're my chief of security. I need you to stay behind and mind the base.
I'll be bored to death.
You won't be on your own. You have Chop and AP5 to keep you company.
Yay.
Like
See him
I
waving.
said, bored to death.
Did they seriously leave you in charge of this entire facility?
Something wrong with that.
Well, I just always assumed you were more of a lift heavy things and punch anything in your way type. You know, a grunt. Precisely. Now, what exactly do you do?
What did he say?
He said, we've never really figured that out. I intend to take this opportunity to conduct a thorough inventory of the base's munitions supply depot.
Counting crates? Not exactly my idea of fun.
Is that because you never learned to count? I can teach you.
What? No.
Captain,
Anything to report?
we've been tracking
Captain.
meteors impacting on the surface nearby. We think one of them knocked out a perimeter sensor in Sector 6.
Chopper, you're with me.
The droid.
Oh, you don't want to go? Fine. Then you can stay here and help AP5 with the supply inventory.
Chopper, there you are. We have a lot of inventory to calculate immediately.
He's like, I'll go.
Of course you disagree and want to trash it. Well, I suppose since Hera left you in charge. Oh wait, she didn't.
Cool. It's the original 3PO and the original Chewie.
I feel like he was like, I got a bad feeling about this. I feel like that's what Chopper just said.
Can you identify it?
It looks like an older model of some type of protocol droid.
Nice.
I should be able to give it enough power for a system's restart.
Oh boy.
Where do you come from?
Designation unknown.
Its memory systems are damaged.
Armory and munitions storage area. Proton torpedoes 47. Blaster recharges 820. Thermal detonators 62 crates.
Good at
Iron
inventory.
mines, 32.
He's better at your job than you are.
I seriously
Scout?
doubt that. However,
Probably.
he appears to be a logistics droid.
Astromech C1 series. Obsolete mechanism no longer in production.
Fuck you, man.
Doesn't like you. Now I really like him.
Captain Aurelios to the command center for a priority message.
Keep an eye on my new friend. Huh?
Very well.
Sir, we have a message from Fulcrum.
The Empire has begun to deploy recon droids. These
Recon.
infiltrators sweep the outer rim worlds for rebel bases.
Oh, look at that thing. It's armed to the teeth.
They are extremely dangerous, but can appear harmless
Oh.
in protocol mode. If the droid remains out of contact, the Empire will come after it, and soon. Fulcrum out.
Isn't it the symbol Ahsoka has on her forehead?
Make sure
Like
you
the
categorize
that
every
markings?
space in this section.
So, because she was the first Fulcrum?
This
I
is
don't know.
marvelous. You and I are going to get along famously. We'll have this rebel base in tip-top shape.
Rebel.
Oh, shit.
Step away from that droid!
Designation Imperial Infiltrator Droid EXD-9.
It's remembering.
Its final form.
Assignment Echelon.
Oh shit.
Target. Rebels.
Oh, it's fast. Shit!
Damn.
Took direct hits. Zeb's strong too, though, right?
Is it transmitting its location now, I wonder?
I don't know. Oh shit! Get it, Chopper. Get it!
Yeah. Oh no, Jabba, run.
I think it's a scary noise.
Oh, hate him now. Hate him so much. Oh!
You okay, Chop? I can only guess what he's saying.
In summary, I told you so.
I managed to damage it, but it's on the run now.
If it bleeds.
We can't let that thing report what it saw back to the Empire.
This poor astromech's power core has been completely drained, and several key components have been removed.
That thing's repairing itself.
The Predator.
Oh, I can do it.
Trail
So.
ends here.
It may still be looking for more.
Well, that gives me an idea.
Bait.
Really, you can have those.
Chopper,
You can
you
have
get its
those.
attention, lure it to me, and I'll blast it.
May I remind you that we are in an area housing high explosive munitions?
So I'll just grab it, get it on the ground, and shut it down.
Grab it. That's your plan.
Yes.
Ugh, a gonk droid.
No. Gonk, gonk. Man, that is like alien.
That thing's scary, yeah.
Gosh darn it, this thing's scary.
Chopper. Oh, staff mode?
Bam. Shock him. Oh man.
Whoa! Ugh, his hands.
Oh, it can withstand it? What?
It shocked it.
Jeez.
Hold it steady.
Trying!
Almost got it. Stand by. Stand by! Got it. You know, your plan actually worked. Chopper can detect no long-range communications equipment,
Okay.
which means the droid has not transmitted our position to the Empire. The droid appears to be counting down.
Oh shit, it is like the Predator. Those
Yeah.
are just like Predator when it blows up.
What?
Most likely, it has activated
It is.
its Imperial anti-capture failsafe. There's probably a proton warhead inside, too.
If you're right,
Warhead.
this droid could vaporize the entire base. What did he do?
He's temporarily frozen the countdown circuit.
Fulcrum said if this droid doesn't report back to the Empire, they'll come here looking for it.
Oh, wait. Are you suggesting we allow it to return to the Empire with a memory bank filled with rebel secrets?
But we can't let it detonate. What if we send it back to the Empire? Still ticking. Can you make an adjustment to the warhead?
That would be
Set
cool.
it to restart the countdown when the droid reconnects to the Imperial network. It's leaving the base. Good job. Let's make sure it gets home.
What if it takes out Callus or something?
That's what I'm like. With it, just, that's the big F.
Is that a countdown?
Oh my.
Oh my
Well.
god.
What just happened?
What if Callus had some friends there?
I believe it was a proton warhead detonation, sir.
Guess not.
As you no doubt planned, the droid did self-destruct on its return to base. I don't know how you pulled it off, but you have my congratulations. Fulcrum out.
What was that about?
It's kind of a long story.
Which I can recall every detail of. It all began when Captain Aurelius brought the droid back from...
How did this happen, Agent Callus?
I suspect the rebels captured a unit in the field and reprogrammed it to self-destruct upon its return to base. Quite ingenious, really.
I'm inclined to agree.
You seem in surprisingly good spirits, considering this loss.
Loss, you say? The rebels may have protected the location of their base for now, but In doing so, they have narrowed my search. Before today, they could have been hiding in any of 1,000 systems. But now I know they are almost certainly on one of the 94 planets surveyed by my infiltrators. The rebels have won this battle, but the war will be ours.
He's right.
He is. Thrawn is.
Well, he's wrong.
He's wanting the whole base. He doesn't want to just defeat
Yeah.
the rebels whenever they show up. He wants to wait. You know.
Yeah. Man, that droid just sounds like Ben Stein, doesn't it?
I always call him Alan Rickman droid because that's how he was going.
Well,
for Alan Rickman.
we thought about Alan Rickman before,
But
but now,
it could be Ben Stein.
now I feel like it's Ben Stein.
Yeah.
I just keep hearing Alan Rickman when I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hear in my head.
Yeah.
So droids can get bored.
Like Chopper?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well,
He can do monotonous activities that bore him.
I would say yes and no. Chopper, just like R2 and 3PO, or R2 to a more of an extent, they develop a personality the longer they don't have their memories refreshed.
Yeah, well, Anakin makes all these upgrades to R2.
So, like, I doubt that that recon droid, gets bored. You know what I'm saying? It probably just does whatever it has to do. A probe droid probably doesn't get bored. But depending on, like, a protocol droid is meant to be more human-like, so it can have better discourse and stuff like that. So they might program in. Like, the idea is, like, do you program in to empathize with a bored person, or is it really bored? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think Chopper probably would have stayed behind to inventory if it didn't have a fear of doing a monotonous activity.
Chopper's unique in that fashion as well. But
He's like R2.
Yeah.
They have their base programming, and then as they keep going, they make their own decisions and stuff, which can be helpful.
Yeah.
K2 did what he did in Rogue One because of the way he was programmed and whatnot. Plus, probably being not white, but the Empire, it probably just do whatever it needed to for the Empire, but not like risk itself necessarily to save people, kind of thing.
Well, I can imagine Empire be wiping him regularly.
Yeah.
As well.
Like, he saved Jen, but he smashed her to the ground first,
Yeah.
Like, he enforced that rescue.
I like having an episode with those guys. It was actually
This was a good episode.
I probably laughed more in this episode kind of than I have in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
They had like droid episodes back with like Clone Wars, and usually they had a little bit more humor to them than some of the other episodes.
Weirdly, the droid episodes in Clone Wars were usually my least favorite.
Really?
I didn't watch a lot of them actually.
I always thought like the humor from like R2 specifically always made me enjoy him.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love R2, but I think I enjoy watching Chopper more.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't overall across 7 movies, or I guess basically 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like Chopper's pretty cool though.
The eyes on the droid, were they like Grievous's guard droids? I was trying to think what they remind me of something. I can't think of what it was. Then I was trying to remember
I suppose so.
what the
maybe.
guard droids looked like. There's something like the way they opened, and then had those like red eyes.
Yeah.
Reminded me of something. I can't think of what it was.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but I can't put my finger on it either. I mean, Grievous's guard droids had like round red eyes, I feel like, with lenses.
I thought they had round eyes, but then they had like a couple extra ones around
Did
or
they?
something like that. But
They
I
might
can't
have.
remember. I might be wrong. It felt familiar, and I don't know why, and it bothered me. And the first thing I
get
thought
you.
of was his guard droids, but I don't know.
That thing was scary, wasn't it?
It felt to me like, you ever have those old action figures that you could like do that with, like Power Rangers and stuff, or Transformers, where you like do this and they extend out and stuff like that? That's what it reminded me of instantly. I can't remember exactly what toy, but do you think that what's the name of the Alan Rickman droid?
Wasn't it like AP-27 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's AP. Anyway, do you think that there would be any moral quandary of sending a fellow droid, imperial droid, to die? I suppose it's because it's an imperial droid, he doesn't care, but he himself was an imperial droid.
I don't know. Maybe I think it feels like it didn't develop a personality to really feel like it was a person or had a soul or was even aware.
Yeah.
No, I get you. It's just one of those things, where's the line? Where do you think about that? If it was a person, if it was a stormtrooper, and you put a bomb on his back and send it back into there, it'd be like...
No, I'd feel worse.
That'd be something like Saw would do. You know?
I'd feel worse about that.
Yeah.
It just, I mean...
Well, I'm not saying from your point of view, I'm saying from another droid's point of view.
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends on how you view that droid, because, like Shane was saying, it felt more of like just like a monster.
Yeah.
The way it was programmed.
I felt like
Whereas,
a drone, like a mindless drone.
But wouldn't K2
Whereas, like,
probably be around the same thing, too, before he was reprogrammed?
Maybe
I mean,
before.
he was an enforcer droid.
before, but like, because he developed that personality, he probably wouldn't have any qualms about doing it.
I mean, they did say that it was hard. You probably couldn't reprogram it that way. He could reprogram it in other ways, but I don't know. I just something I thought about. Like, you know, I wonder if he would have any. He didn't have any hesitation to go in there and, you know, change somebody's thoughts and send them to explode. You know, if he's looking at it like I am one of these. I used to be one of these. I mean, it's kind of badass. He just send them to explode, but it's just something I thought about.
I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like it's a difference in the way that the droids seem, because even like whenever we first met him, he was on the Empire side, but then over time he ended up helping the rebels there at the end with like pushing the button on the ship or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But like this one just seemed like a mindless monster.
Yeah.
Just attacking, and he couldn't change it otherwise. So he's like, well, I best I can use this. Plus, it was gonna explode no matter what. So it was basically gonna. It was already dead.
Mm-hmm.
He was just having it blow up somewhere else instead of blowing up there.
Yeah. That's kind of a good point, because he said it will.
Yeah, he said it's not a matter of, like, if it'll blow up, it's a matter of when. And that's when Zeb's like, or where.
Yeah.
So, I think that might have a lot to do with it, too. It's just, like, there's nothing we can do. It's going to blow up no matter what.
Yeah.
Might as well have it blow up on the enemy.
I guess it takes me back to that Kevin Smith argument. Like, I wonder how many innocent fucking people are on that Star Destroyer. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, how...
Like doctors, contractors, laborers.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I feel like
the Death Star, I can see that because it's so fucking big. That's a military ship. I mean, think about like all the people that are on a aircraft carrier. They're mostly constricted into the military, like even the medics and stuff like that.
Like something like that might have been like if like the military was going into like an area and helping other civilians. Maybe they had more civilians, but that seemed more like a secret mission that they wanted to find out where their enemies were. I doubt they were like, well, let's just bring whoever and bring them on board.
But let's say, what Shane is saying though, like, let's say there's one. Is it still a good thing to do?
I'd still do it. I
think you have to do it in war anyway, because even if that person, the only way I could see it is if like, I would feel bad if it was like a prisoner being held there against their will. If it's like a contractor or someone working there, you're working for the fucking Empire, you know. And I understand, like, well, I think the Empire's a good thing. It's like, well...
Yeah, like in the Tarkin book, it's all...
Maybe read the Holonet.
I mean, you get, like, Garrick, though. Garrick?
Yeah.
He didn't want to do what he had to do, but he did it.
Yeah, like in the Tarkin book, like, he basically says, like... And
the rebels want to kill him.
Well, I mean, like, every business is flourishing, everyone's happy, there's law and order. It's just, everyone's in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
There's no corruption anymore. So it's just like the economy's never been better.
Yeah.
So like,
I think it's one of those moral quandaries we're not really meant to have, or to think about. But I mean, if you think about it too much, I mean, every single attack or victory is going to have something like that, probably. You know.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be fucking working for the Empire.
And their economy is probably so good because there's not this giant war really going on.
Yeah.
There's a small rebellion and stuff causing issues, but for the most part, the Senate's money can just go to what they need to go instead of like, well, we need your help to fund making more clones and making ships and weapons and whatnot.
And it's not like the rebels are attacking civilian targets either, where the Empire is all about like, this is the security of the Empire, you're going to be safe of the Empire. A successful strategy would be to attack civilians and ruin the Empire's image of being so overpowering that you'll always be safe, Yeah. That's probably something Saul would probably end up doing, if given the chance. And then just the Ralph McQuarrie design of the actual protocol droid, that was interesting. I like that they took C-3PO, who was, this nice droid, and that was his first design, and turned it into a monster. They literally turned that design into a monster.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I like how he said old protocol droid model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what he was intended to do, and he was never used.
Yeah.
And like you said, it felt like an action figure. So it made me think of something older as well. Mm-hmm. Something of like an action figure of antiquity.
Yeah.
The way it folded out.
It was creepy, like the eyes all the way in the back of the sockets,
And of course, it felt like Predator, as Aaron said.
Down to the countdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was like straight up Predator.
Yeah.
Like the design, the way that the numbers worked, even how they looked.
They had the blood. They had the fixing it.
The crypts.
Because in both Predator movies, well, both, but in the Predator movies with Arnold, like he fixes himself after he bleeds.
And he's sleeveless. Like Zeb.
Mm-hmm.
Zeb's sleeveless now. And in the stripes. We don't have any Q&As right now because we do watch this on Disney XD, as can you if you do have that Disney XD account. What, through like DirecTV? I think is what we do it, right?
Yeah, you can connect it through like your cable or satellite
through
provider.
your cable provider. You can do that. So I would say just from now on, if you can in fact do that, we'll try. But you can also just leave a question. We can maybe talk about it before the next episode. Before we start doing the reaction of that. So still put your questions in. We'll try to get to them, guys. But speaking of questions, we need to have a poll for this week, and you guys can interact with that at blindwave.com/blindwave. I would say, do you think Thrawn knows that he is Fulcrum and he's playing him, or does he just have a suspicion, or no?
I mean, he did say that he thinks there's a mole before, but I don't know if he knows it's him.
I want to go with he knows. He has an idea. Above and a suspicion.
There should be three. There's three choices here. There's 100% he knows. There's he doesn't know, but he has a suspicion, and then he has no idea. Right?
I mean, he knows there's a mole.
He knows there's a mole, but do you think he doubts Callus?
I think he has high suspicion it's Callus.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I don't think he suspects Callus.
So you would say he doesn't have any suspicion at all?
No, I think he's afraid of a mole, but I don't think he thinks it's Callus right now.
It wouldn't surprise me if, like, in a finale, he started incorporating Callus into, like, his plan.
But so you're saying suspicion, or that he 100% knows?
I think at this point he doesn't 100% know. I think it's suspicion.
So suspicion? Okay.
I mean, if he knew, couldn't he have just, like, not had him involved in certain aspects?
He might be, because he's trying to...
But could he be using that as a trap?
Yeah, he's luring the rebels into...
He keeps letting the rebels go. Maybe not capturing Callus at this point. He can try to do it all in one fell swoop.
I mean, maybe, but...
I mean, there has to be a reason why he's not capturing anybody.
I feel like if Callus wasn't involved in the last mission, they would have known the entire thing about the base.
Yeah.
Zeb wouldn't have realized there was a bad guy until too late. Those droids would be dead. He would have it transmitted.
Well,
done.
we gotta remember too, this is just one rebel base. You know, it's one rebel cell. There's multiple ones out there. Maybe, hell, I mean, fucking Callus could be working with Thrawn. It might be kind of misdirection some of the stuff, and he's trying to create, much like how Vader and Palpatine and the Force Unleashed, they create the Rebel Alliance in order to kill all rebels, and it doesn't go well for him. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe it could be something like that, I guess. So I will go with he 100% knows, but that could mean that he's in on it. He's like, I know you're Fulcrum, because I made you Fulcrum. Or I know you're Fulcrum, and I'm setting a trap. That's what I'll say.
That'd be a mind screw if it was the former, wouldn't it?
I think that'd be fun. That'd be a fun story.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with that.
I think it'd be a great story, yeah. It'd be cool if you were right.
Well, we'll see. So go to patreon.com/blindwave and put your vote in there. You can also comment there, too.
Yes.
All right, that's everything for Rebels. Bye! Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you'd like to see more, you can hit the Patreon... No, not the Patreon button. Hit the subscribe button. Why are you making them kiss?
Fighting. They're lightsabers in awkward positions, okay?
Look at 69. What position is that?
That's not appropriate. This is a children's story.
The man's story.
She won.